Okay, so here's the memorandum number 6. It talks about the easing out of academic requirements and grading system due to pandemic limitation. Okay, so if you are asking what's this all about, we have, it is indicated here that each course that you have enrolled here, you are only, okay, your professors are only required to meet you minimum. Okay, it can be more than that, but 6 synchronous session, okay, per subject. But since our subject for this semester is call center basic, so it's difficult to conduct that in a asynchronous way. So expect that we have more than 6 synchronous session. So amidst the dire problems and ubiquitous challenges our academic community and system have been facing since the onset of this pandemic, especially considering the deadlier surge, which is the Delta variant, of course, we are all familiar with that. We have decided to easen up, okay, the academic requirements. So it took effect middle of the last semester. So last semester, last semester, it was implemented. So here's the second part of this memo, specifically indicating that, okay, refrain from giving academic tasks such as assignments, oral reports, and graded recitation. So oral recitation and graded recitation, okay, but since class expect still to have assignments, I will be giving you assignments, especially during our asynchronous session. Kasi merong, by November, I might only meet you once because of the accreditation in November. But this week and next week, we will be meeting, okay, consecutively. And I will have some tasks to you. Oral reports, so you can expect na wala kayong oral reports and graded recitation. But of course, we encourage interaction and discussion so that you can still be, so that the session will still feel natural. Also, kung wala talagang way class for you to attend the class, so let's say economically challenged, totally economically challenged, we are not, okay, forcing you to go to a computer shop to conduct class. Okay, the worst thing that can ever happen to you in a semester, let's say wala talaga kayong resources, okay, cell phone, load, internet, wala. The worst thing that can ever happen to you is a grade of incomplete, okay? And instead of 1 year, we extended it for another year. So 2 years, you have 2 years for you to complete the INC, okay, of your grade. So that's the memo. But after 2 years, kung wala ka pa ring paparamdam sa professor mo after 2 years, yung grade INC magiging W na yon or withdrawn. Okay? So that's the memo number 6. Also, why are we implementing it, class? Kasi nga, we don't want your health to be compromised. Okay, so let's say pinilit yung mag-online class kahit na wala kayong resources. Then na-compromise yung health nyo kasi nagpunta kayo sa isang computer shop na hindi secure. So we don't want that to happen. Okay lang na ma-incomplete kayo sa semester na to. Kasi mas importante yung buhay nyo kaysa sa matututunan nyo. Kasi the best knowledge is self-preservation. You know what self-preservation? How can you tell one sign of being an intelligent person is if you are still alive? Okay? Anin mo yung knowledge kung na-compromise yung health mo o may tendency na magkaroon ka ng sakit. Okay? So that's what we are implementing here. Health first, okay, before anything else. Kasi, you know, what would you do with your knowledge if you are already not anymore in this planet? Okay, so yun. So that's why we implemented the easing up of academic requirements. Okay. Next is, before we start class, I will show you first the checklist, okay, in our final assessment. Also, stated also in the memo number 6 is you will only have 2 major assessment in one semester, 2 maximum of assessment. So it's either 2 announced quiz, which is the final and the midterm. So dalawa lang, hindi pwedeng lumagpas ng dalawang major exam in one semester. All right, but since we are call center basic, we will not do it in a written exam kasi, you know, call center basic to. So ang output nyo is, of course, you will be taking calls. The main thing itself. Okay, so I'll share to you, I'll have you listen to an example output from my previous students last year during the first semester of online class. So I will have you listen to that so you will have an idea. But before I'll play that video or that call example, I'll show you first the checklist of what I am looking for in a call and what we will be discussing for the whole semester. Kasi just to add a little bit of context. Kasi class, kapag pakinig ko sa inyo yung final output without explaining the context behind it, it will not make sense to you. So let's have this checklist here first. So here is the checklist class for the final assessment. Okay. So what I will be looking for is this 20 things inside your final assessment. If you hit this all, if you got this all, then this is the grade equivalent of this one. Okay, so for example, opening spiel. So this is the easiest thing to hit. You just say, thank you for calling, let's say, whatever company. Let's say, thank you for calling Lazada or thank you for calling Amazon. So yun, 1 point na kagad yun. So yes, check. Assurance, okay? So you make them, the customer feel na you are the expert in this field, okay? You reach the right person to help you with your concern. You reach the right person to locate the package that is missing. So yun. So remember class, I'm just giving context to the call that you will be listening after this, okay? So do not panic if this doesn't, you don't get this fully. So relax lang, just listen to me. Just absorb what you can absorb. Assurance, so empathy statements, of course, you are familiar with this. Most likely your customer or your caller is upset. That's why you make them feel that, of course, you also understand their feelings. So pag-uusapan natin to for the whole semester. Okay? Kumbaga, sneak preview to of whatever it is that we will be talking from now onwards. Then paraphrasing, you repraise their concern. As I understand, you are calling us today because you want to know if how you can get a refund for the 3 days that you don't have internet connection. So that's it. So repraise, i-state nyo lang ulit yung concern ng customer. Then all of this, I will not explain this one by one because it will not make sense since this is just the day 1 of our discussion. So you might ask, day 1 pa lang, ito na yung pinag-usapan namin. Pero that's what's inside, okay, of the final assessment. Ito na yung pinaka-rubric. Okay, so modified rubric to sa call center basic. So it's not the usual rubric, but this is what I will be looking for, the checklist type of rubric. Okay, So kapag nakuha mo to lahat, of course, 19 to 20 points, your final grade is 1. Okay, final grade in the assessment is 1. 18 points, 1 to 5, etc. So pag 10 lang out of 20 yung nakuha mo dito sa checklist na to, then you got a grade of 3. Okay? So you know how it works. Okay. So that's the checklist or the rubric that you will be assessed to during our final assessment. Okay. So before I play the video, do you have any questions? Wala?
None
Okay.
so far, please, sir.
And
All
so
right.
far.
Now, class, you know why I am giving you the exact thing that is expected of you. Parang ganito yung class. There are two ways to approach it. There are two approach in delivering a particular topic or lesson. That is inductive and deductive. Okay, so in deductive, you will explain first from general to very specific kasi deductive na. Deductive from very general to very specific. So that's the default way or the usual way of teaching, okay, of giving topics or teaching concept. You explain first, okay, the theory behind it, what's that all about. Then at the end, you will do you will apply everything that you learned from that general discussion that you have. But the other way of teaching, of delivering lesson is the inductive. Inductive is you start with very specific. Okay? Then of course, since nakita nyo na yung end result nung lesson na yun, or nung particular topic na yun, curious kayo. So there will be a lot of questions in your mind. May stimulate na yung curiosity nyo. Then, little by little, saka I-explain yung how did we get there, okay, to that particular specific result. So, for example, when you are in grade 7 or first year high school, you have this topic in general science, which is the rock cycle. Okay, rock cycle. So if you are going to teach rock cycle the usual way or the deductive way, you explain, okay, so this is the rock cycle. It starts with eruption of a volcano. So once the magma settles, it will become igneous rock. Then the igneous rock, some of its sediments, if it settles underwater, it will become sedimentary rock. Then sedimentary rock will become metamorphic rock. Then metamorphic rock will become lava. And if there's volcanic eruption, it will do the cycle again. So then after explaining the rock cycle, your science teacher will give you an example of rocks. Okay, so here's the result of the when lava settles, that's the igneous rock, this is sedimentary rock. So the realia, okay, is the actual rock. So of course, mahahawakan nyo na after i-explain ng teacher nyo. Okay, so that's the traditional way of teaching concept. Okay, a traditional way of delivering lesson. But there is another way to approach that type of lesson. So let's say, if you are going to teach that using inductive, you start with a very specific up to the general. So imagine this, if your teacher in science will teach rock cycle in an inductive way. So pagpasok niya ng classroom nyo, without saying anything, okay, bibigyan niya kayo ng mga sample of rocks. So of course, that's an example of rocks. Then you will wonder, okay, why is our teacher giving us the realia of rocks? What's this all about? So you start to wonder. Then your teacher will explain, okay, the rock that you are holding right now is the result of it's a different kind of rocks which happens when of course, your teacher will explain now the rock cycle. So that can also work. Okay, that kind of approach is called inductive. So ganun yung gagawin natin sa call center basic ngayon. Kaya huwag kayong magtataka kung bakit pinaparinig ko kagad sa inyo yung end result. Kasi nga, inductive yung approach na gagawin natin sa call center basic. Okay? So, ipapakita ko muna sa inyo yung resulta, then saka ko explain paano napunta doon. Instead of explain ko sa inyo yung process, yung theory, mga kailangan nyo gawin, saka kayo ma-indulge doon sa call listening. Okay? Understood ba, class? Gets ba yung approach na gagawin natin ngayon? Okay.
Yes po.
Alright, so you will okay, very good. So you will not wonder why we are listening to the call right away because this is called the inductive. Okay, so this is the reverse of the traditional way, which is the deductive. Okay, so I will have you listen to this call now. It's not seeing the share screen. Let's choose a different player. One moment.
Thank you for calling Verizon. My name is Danica.
Okay, naririnig nyo ba, class? Yung opening spiel? Narinig nyo?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes
Okay.
po.
Alright, good.
May I help you today?
Hi, my name is Kadis, and I have a question about my bill.
I would be glad to answer any question that you have about your bill, Kadis. May I know what your question is?
So it goes like this. I have already made the payment for last month's bill, but as I check my account today, it says there that I still have a total balance of $125.23. Where did this balance come from? What's going on? I'm really upset right now. I mean, $125.23 is a big amount, and I am sure I paid for last month's bill.
I can hear that you are really upset, and I totally understand. I would be very upset if that happens to me too. But no worries, you reached the right person. I'm here to help you correct your total balance. So if I'm not mistaken, you wanted to know why you have a large balance amounting to $125.23, when in fact, you already paid your last month's bill. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Kadis, I understand. Let me first check your account and let's go through this together, okay?
Okay, please do.
Do you have a copy of your bill right now?
Yes, I have it with me.
Okay, that's great. May I please have your full name and account number?
My full name is Kadis Gatbunton. Kadis is spelled as Keidis, while my account number is 123456.
Thank you for that information, Kadis. Let me just pull up your account. Please give me a moment. Okay, so here it is. Let's go over your bill together and see the difference. Is that all right with you?
All right then.
Okay, so upon checking your billing statement, it states here that your actual balance is not $125.23, but it is actually $61.03.
But I'm looking at my bill right now, and I can assure you I am not mistaken. It is still $125.23. What's happening? I'm really lost here.
Okay, so here's why you're still seeing $125.23 on your account. The payment of $61.03 to cover your last month's bill was already made, but it's still not reflecting on your system because it takes time. Now, What you need to do is wait for 24 to 48 hours for it to reflect on your online account. And after that, you'll see the change in your balance.
Oh, that means I don't have to pay $125.23, right?
Yes, you got it right.
Oh, that sounds good. I understand now. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, there is. Could you give me a detailed breakdown of my government and Verizon surcharges?
Of course, Kadis. I would be happy to do that for you. But before I start, I just want to let you know that there will be lots of number figure in this one. So please don't be confused with them. For your government surcharges, it is composed of DCE 911-311 fee, which costs you 76 cents. DC local telecom and cable tax surcharge for $3.22. DC public rights of way fee for $3.99 and federal excise fee for $1.18, which totals to $9.15. As for your Verizon surcharges, it is composed of recovery charge, which costs you $4.04, and federal universal service for 72 cents, which totals to $4.76. That's all.
Oh, I understand. Thank you, Danica. I really appreciated it.
You're very welcome. So let me just recap everything. We have talked about the $125.23 on your total balance, and we resolved that by confirming that your actual balance is $61.03. But you have to wait for 24 to 48 hours for it to reflect on your account. Also, I gave you a detailed breakdown of your government and Verizon surcharges like you asked.
Thank you very much. You have been very helpful in understanding today.
You're very welcome. Have I addressed all of your concerns today?
Yes, you have.
Okay, that's great. So, if there's any further concern, just call us again with the same number or just kindly visit us in our official website, verizonwebservices.com. Leave a message regarding your concern and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much for your additional information. I appreciated it.
Well, it's been my pleasure to assist you today, Kadis. Again, my name is Danica. Thank you for calling Verizon. I hope you have a nice day. Bye!
Right. So for KDIS, they hit everything systematically. Okay? Lahat talaga is na-hit. And also, Danica, they both hit it all, as in all. Especially si Danica, meron pa siyang another disclaimer dun sa about surcharges, government surcharges and Verizon surcharges. Another disclaimer on that part, which is very good because nga naman, maraming figures about to mention with Danica. So second disclaimer, he did not only mention the heads up once but twice. So that's very good. So that's beyond perfection already to Danica. All right, so that's the final assessment in this course here. Hindi ba putol-putol class? Narinig niyo ba ng maayos?
Yes
po,
po, sir.
Hindi naman po putol-putol.
Okay, so also I uploaded it in YouTube so you can listen to that if you want to review those things. Okay, because some of those things is also related to what we'll be talking for within the next um, few weeks. All right. So that's their performance is actually 20 over 20. Especially kay Danica. Ano pa ngayon kay Danica eh? It's 21/20. So may ginawa siya doon na hindi ko in-expect na ginawa niya, which is beyond perfection. So yung talaga yung ano, it's like she did not only hit all the 20, but she goes beyond that. So all those, everything in the checklist that I asked them to do, this one, they did it. Okay, so empathy, there is empathy. Paraphrasing, there is heads up about the process. So heads up meaning disclaimer. Before we proceed to fixing your router, for example, like that. Please be advised that I need your cooperation, and it will take 2 to 3 minutes to reboot the device, something like that. So that's an example of heads up. Then probing, effective probing. We'll be talking about that, how to probe, confirming if there's nothing else. So that's very important. Is there anything else? So the mere fact na sinabi mo yung, is there anything else? 1 point na kagad yun. Confirming a recap of the call. So just a quick recap of our conversation. You call us because you are looking for the missing parcel. So something like that. Doing the extra mile. So instead of resolving the concern, you give them extra information. You can also visit us in our website. So here it is. So you can do that if you have a problem. Then closing spiel. Again, this is Ash. This is Ashley. Thank you for calling Amazon. So pag nagawa mo yung closing spiel, that's another point. So here is the second category, the points 11 to 12. The tone, clarity, professionalism, rapport, product knowledge, AHT or average handling time, no unnatural mannerism, confidence, active listening, and those things. Okay? So those are the things in the checklist that we are looking for at the end of your final assessment. That's how it will look like. Actually, dun sa lahat naman ng yung tatlong section ng ICT 3, lahat ng ICT third year, last year, wala namang nahirapan sa kanila class. So kung sa tingin nyo ngayon na intimidated kayo, na parang sa tingin nyo hindi nyo kaya yung ganyung performance, I doubt it. It's madali lang siya pag nasa na kayo, bandang kalagitnaan ng course natin. Kasi lahat naman sila nag-excel dun during their final assessment. So I can say na na-enjoy naman nila, then they did it. Okay? So now let's proceed to the main PowerPoint for today's session. Okay, to say it right. So objectives natin for this presentation is, by the end of this discussion, you are expected to have an overview of the caller interaction, okay, of the full call interaction. Overview, what's inside it. Second, define the right methodology. Then lastly, confidently apply the right methodology to achieve the CSAT target. What is CSAT? Anyone? Any guess?
Customer satisfaction po yata, sir.
Yes, perfect. That's correct, Katrina. CSAT stands for customer satisfaction, and that is our bread and butter, okay, in the BPO industry, because CSAT is the mawala ng lahat, wag lang ang CSAT. Okay, customer satisfaction really is the thing that we are after. Kasi dyan naka-base yung incentives natin, dyan naka-base yung standing natin sa kung mag-stay ba tayo sa company or hindi. Kasi kapag puro ka DSAT, yung kabaliktaran ng CSAT, yung dissatisfactory, pwede kang matanggal. Literal na matatanggal ka talaga sa work mo kapag puro dissatisfactory yung survey na natatanggap. Kasi right after every call, merong survey. Correct. May survey na bibigay sa customer mo. So kapag hindi ka helpful, DSAT. Pag helpful ka, then you do the extra mile beyond what is expected of you, then positive. Then I remember before when when I'm still taking in calls, kapag may customer satisfaction ka, right at that moment, bibigyan ka ng ng Toblerone, di ba? Positive reinforcement. It's like Pavlov's dog experiment. Kapag nakasisat ka, meron kang Toblerone. Okay, so simple lang naman to class yung natin ngayon, agenda natin. Itong 5 na to, right focus, right questions, right time, right emotion, right resolution. Yan lang yung 5 pag-uusapan natin. Okay? Then after that, then let's call it a day. That's our first meeting. Then our next meeting will be next week. May meeting ulit, may synchronous session ulit tayo next week. Kasi kailangan natin magmadali. Kasi by November, hindi pa kami meeting. Okay? But before we discuss this, let's have a 2-minute break muna. Okay? Comfort room break muna. Then be back after, 3 minutes. 8:31. So, okay ba yung class? So,
Po, sir.
alright. So, muna tayo? Comfort room break.